Hello, my name is Jeppe, and today we're going to talk about old hummingbirds and what to look for when buying one. What I have here is my 1965 hummingbird or 66. These models are extremely well built, and I've never seen or experienced any issue construction-wise with these guitars. Really nice neck sets, truss rods, no bellying. Maybe I've just been lucky. But going into the 70s, there are issues that I'm going to talk to you about today. So, issues that can be really hard to see on a photograph, and also errors that sellers tend to not give that much attention in the description of the guitar. And so here's a few tips to what to look after. The first thing is that it gets a crack running from along the guitar here, along the fretboard. That basically means that the top and the neck block has separated. You see that a lot happening on old 12-string guitars, and it actually happens due to pressure down here. If it's really bad, it will have a crack here running here as well on both sides, and if it has that, no doubt you will have a higher action, or you will have a hump around the 14th fret. That is a classic issue, and you will get dead spots playing your guitar. You have to fix that, get the guitar refretted to get rid of that, and that is also quite expensive. So please look after these cracks here, because that normally means that it will have some issues around this area. Second, is if it has a downward belling going here. That is extremely hard to see on a photograph, and an error that many people who sells a guitar or just players will not really notice, but nonetheless it's a real problem. It happens when the bracing going down here is loose. It will over the years press the front down and make this kind of belling, and it will, for many of these, they will have a crack running from the bridge to the sound hole here. You can repair this, but if it has had a belly for some years, it will be there for the rest of the guitar's life. It's really hard, even if you fix that. The front will be too damaged to be able to fix it so you can see it, and that will also leave you a higher action, because this will go down and this will go up. Another issue is if it has a bellying here. This is probably the most typical bellying there is on an acoustic guitar. That is from the string tension, that the pressure of the strings will lift the top, and it will create a belly going that way. If it's really bad, it will have cracks running on both sides from the bridge towards the end of the guitar. That is a thing you see on many acoustics, and to be honest, I would never buy a guitar with a bellying like that, because they are impossible to get rid of. You can't repair it. The top is damaged, and you have to replace the top to get rid of that. Some will say, oh, you just need to reglue the bridge, but mostly it's not really the bridge there's lifting. It's the bridge there's lifting, but it's lifting the whole top. So that is a thing really to remember and have in mind when looking for these. These are classical issues with the 70s hummingbirds. Some of these have had neck resets, and that could be a good thing if it's made by a pro guitar builder. One of the signs you can look for is if it has a worn area here in the finish, along here on the sides, and probably maybe some on the back as well. That means that the person who did it was not really that much of a pro, because he used too much heat. The heat will create a flake or a worn area on these places, and that is a way to see if the guitar had any kind of structural repair. And the last thing I want to mention is that the truss rod on some of the 70s model, also what I can read from online, are not very good. I've had, I think, 4 of these from the mid-70s, and 2 of them the truss rod was maxed out. So and that is a real problem as well. Twisted nicks is also one of the things that I can understand that other people buying these has issue with, and that is also a very expensive and crazy repair to flatten out the neck. So that's it. There are models like this one is extremely clean, very good neck set, doesn't have any cracks, and it plays really well. So there are models out there, but really have to look after when you're buying one of these, especially the cracks mentioned. So it takes probably a bit of patience as well to find the right model, because some of these are priced. I've seen these go for $1,000, and that is cheap. But if you have to spend another $1,000 or $2,000 getting all kinds of repair done on a guitar that is permanently damaged, you would be better off buying a healthier one. So I'm going to make another comparison with these two sound-wise, because there's a major price difference from the 60s, mid-60s model to the mid-70s model. So stay tuned for that one. Also see some of my other reviews of some of my other guitars, and that's it. Good luck hunting a good old hummingbird. Thanks for watching. Bye.